dear children, welcome to today's online class. So, how was your Diwali? I hope it was fine and safe. So now, welcome back to the online class and towards your studies. So, in the previous class, in the previous video, we have completed our chapter 10, that was mensuration. Some students were asking that chapter 9, is it omitted? It is not omitted, it is actually the graph paper is required in that, and previously just after the exam we have to start the chapter, and I did not get the time to ask you for arrangement of graph paper. So directly I have started chapter 10, that is mensuration. And now also just after Diwali vacation we are starting. So here also I did not got the time to ask you for the arrangement of graph paper. So here I am not going to chapter 9, directly chapter 11 I am going to start, that is algebra. Now first I will explain you what is this algebra and what actually we are going to start in this kind of chapter. Actually this is the subject mathematics. Everyone know that this is a mathematics subject. Now mathematics is also having various types, or you can say the kinds, or you can say the branch, you can say different branches. Like science, when you study science, in science some chapters you are studying related to the measurement, some chapters related to the chemicals, some chapters related to the organs, organisms. So they are coming under the branches physics, chemistry and biology. Similarly, here in mathematics also, the things which you are going to study about the numbers, they comes under arithmetic branch. Then next, whatever you study about the shapes, like the previous chapter, chapter 4, chapter 5, we have studied the shapes, two-dimensional shapes, three-dimensional shapes, their shapes and some formulas we have studied in that. They all comes in the branch geometry, and the next branch is called as the algebra, which we are going to study here. Now what is this algebra? In this algebra we actually require some kind of variable. Now what is this variable? Variable are actually the alphabets. Alphabets means alphabet you all have studied in English. From the very beginning, from nursery classes you have studied the alphabets. So alphabets, generally we are using the small alphabets, small A, B, C, D up to Z, anything you can use. Somewhere if required, or if you want capital letters also you can use. Generally we are using the small alphabets only. So coming to this algebra, what is this algebra? In this we are going to study about the patterns. Like suppose if I want to make this kind of pattern. Suppose this pattern is made up of matchstick. Matchstick, you know what is matchstick? Matches. That suppose this is made up of the matchstick. This is the two matchsticks you are combining and making this pattern. So two matchsticks are required to make this one figure. Now here same 2 into 2 means the two matchsticks repeated 2 times. This matchstick repeated only 1 time. Then this matchstick, the same pattern, repeated 3 times. So such a way when you are going to repeating, this is the pattern of two matchsticks repeated number of times. So instead of writing this 1, 2 and 3, if I want to give the general formula, you can write it as 2n, where the value of n is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Means here the value of n is 1, here the value of n is 2, here the value of n is 3. More if I want to just elaborate it, or just the next pattern if I ask you. The next pattern will be of the similar pattern 4 times repeating. Next pattern similarly 5 times repeating. So the value of n. Here for the values 1, 2, 3 we are using the alphabet n. You can use anything A, B, C, D up to Z, anything you can use. So this is called as the pattern. Now the thing which you have already studied, if I take example of that, it will be more clear. Formula of perimeter of rectangle you have studied. Perimeter of rectangle. What is perimeter of rectangle? It is 2 into L plus B. This you are writing where the value of L and the value of B keeps on changing from question to question. This value you can keep according to the question given. So it is this is the variable. This is only called as the variable. And a perimeter of, suppose, say square. That is 4 into side. Then perimeter of, then further we have extended it. Pentagon is 5 sides having similar type of sides. Then perimeter of hexagon, 6 sides of same length. So 4 into side, 5 into side, 6 into side. This just keep on changing. Where side keeps on changing from question to question. So this L, B, S, these are all variables. So here we have used the capital letters. You can use capital letters also, you can use small letters also. So now coming matchstick pattern also, just now I have told you matchstick. Sometimes if I give you the activity, sometimes matchstick activity also I can give. It is also given in your textbook. Now the idea of the variable. What is this variable? Already I have explained here variable. In the previous where matchstick pattern I have explained, there also I have explained you what is the variable. To n. N, the value of n is changing from question to question. That is 1, 2, 3. The next pattern will be 4. Next pattern will be 5. Next pattern will be 6. So the value of n keeps on changing. That is called as the variable. Variable means keep on varying. जो हर समय change होता रहता है. Constant. Yes, here comes the two words constant and variable. To understand this meaning is very necessary for you, because before this, it means before this class 6 till class 5, you have not studied about this constants and variables. Here it is very much important that you understand this difference. Constant and variable. Like in science you are studying living thing and non-living thing. Living thing, opposite is non-living thing. Yes? Same way here constant and variable, they are just opposite. Constant means which keeps on, remains same. It keeps remaining same. The value will be same only everywhere. And variable means keeps on changing. Keeps on changing from question to question. Changing from question to question. Variable means keeps on changing, varying. जो हर समय change होते रहता है. Change होते रहता means we are not going to change by our own. According to the question, according to the value given in the question, it keeps on changing. And constant means it remains the same. If I write like suppose 2x plus 2, so this 2 remains constant only. ये तो 2 constant है, ये change नहीं होगा. But if I need to keep the value, this value of x can be 1, can be 2, can be 3, and so on. So it can be 4, 5, 6, anything according to the question. So this x is the variable and this x2 is called the constant. Understood the meanings, the difference between the constant and the variable. Just like living thing and non-living thing are just opposite, similarly constant and variable, they are just opposite to one another. Constant means it keeps same, it remains the same everywhere. Like any number when you take 100 or 10 or 4, 5, any number when you take in different questions, that value will be same only. It do not keep changing. वो कभी बदलेगा नहीं, जो नंबर है वो नंबर तो नंबर वही रहेगा. But variable, if you are using any variable, means alphabet, if you are using that variable will also have some value. उस variable का भी कुछ तो value होगा. That value keeps on changing from question to question. अलग अलग question में उस variable की value अलग अलग आएगी. Understood? Now how it remains, how it keeps on changing, that we will see further in our exercises. This difference is clear. Now coming to the questions, how we are going to solve the questions. Now before that you must understand this constant and variables are clear. Now after that you need to understand what is expression and what is equation. These are two different words. Expression and equation. Equation has the word equal. It is just making the sound of equal. It is making the sound of equal. Yes, equation means making the sound of equal. Means it will have one equal sign in that. Like here, if I write 2l plus b, okay, l plus b, 2l plus b, this is an expression. Or here two variables are coming, and first you should understand expression of one variable only. So you can write down 2n plus 2, 2n plus 2, 2n plus 4, or x plus 5, anything else. 2n plus 2 or x plus 5 or 7x plus 8, anything like that. These all comes under expression. Now the same thing, if it equates equal to anything else, equal to, this equal to sign will come in that. Equal to sign will come in that. Equal to anything, any number, any zero, any number can also be there. This is called as equation. This is an expression. The difference is clear? Expression will not have any equal sign. Expression में कोई equal का sign नहीं होगा. But equation is making the sound of equal also. So equal means it will have one sign of equal also. So one equal sign will be visible there. वहाँ पर एक equal का sign symbol दिखेगा. Okay, and this equation you can solve and get the value of that variable. Here we are having one variable, here n we are having as variable. So when you solve this equation, you can find out the value of this variable. But expression, if the expression is given, you cannot get the value of this variable. खाली एक्सप्रेशन दिया है तो हम वेरिएबल का वैल्यू नहीं पता कर सकते. बट अगर उस एक्सप्रेशन के इक्वल कुछ और चीज होगा, then you can solve that and also you can find the value of that variable. So understood the difference between expression and the equation? Using the expression, you can just express the sentence. A long sentence you can just express in the form of expression. एक लंबे सेंटेंस को एक्सप्रेशन की फॉर्म में हम लोग शो कर सकते हैं. बट यू कैन नॉट फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ वेरिएबल यूज्ड देयर. ओके, बट इक्वेशन, व्हेन दैट एक्सप्रेशन इज बिकमिंग इक्वल टू समथिंग एल्स, इक्वल टू, then you can solve that equation and you can also get the value of the variable used in that equation. The difference is clear now? So now coming to this match stick pattern, already I have explained to you. So coming to exercise question, today I will explain and just go through up to these points and try to find out how much you have understood. Then later other questions we will see in our next class. Just this much what I have explained. Unless and until I explain you one question, nothing will be clear. It's more clear. This much should be clear to you. first question of exercise 11.1. Okay, some patterns are given here. Now you have to write the pattern of the letter T. Letter T is given in this way. Why this gap is given? Because this pattern is made up of the matchstick. Now you tell here how many matchsticks are used. Here 2 matchsticks are used and 2 N you can use here. So this pattern is 2N. Then in Z, how many matchsticks are used? 3 matchsticks are used. Okay, and N you will use here. Means for one Z, 3 matchsticks means 3 and N. U is made in this way. How many matchsticks? 3 matchsticks. So 3N. V in this way. So 2 matchsticks. Then E in this way it is given. How many matchsticks are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 matchsticks are used. 5N. Then S is made in this way. Then how many matchsticks? 5 matchsticks. So 5N. Then R is made in this way. So how many matchsticks? 4, 5, 6. 6 matchsticks. So 6N. So this is the pattern how we are writing using the variable. How many matchsticks we have used for making one alphabet. If same type of alphabets, many alphabets will be, means 2 times T if you are writing, 3 times T if you are writing, 4 times T if you are writing, the same pattern will follow. So this is the way how we are writing. So this much just you try to see in your textbook and just to try to understand, go through the things, and the previous exercise, previous chapter, whatever I have given you, the PDF also, the notes also, and workbook, exercise, homework also I have given you. Just see, find it out. If you have not completed, children, complete it soon. Because as you are going to complete this chapter, again the notes of this chapter will be coming and the homework of this chapter in workbook will also be coming. So again, if you are not doing, pending work will be there. Okay. So just complete your previous work. Okay. Thank you for today's class.